right now, there's really nothing else to do. Obviously, I'm well aware of this NAR settlement and all the details of it. I'm a real estate coach. I'm a real estate expert, and you want to know what's going on. Obviously, you want to be educated, but to be like getting into the drama and all the craziness, there's so many people out there saying all kinds of things. You're just getting distracted. In the meantime, there are sellers listing their house in your market every day, and you're wasting time getting wrapped up in drama. So keep doing what you're doing, right? And I believe for both, by the way, I focus on listings. I teach my clients to focus on listings, and we need great buyer's agents. I love buyer's agents. We're all working together on this.
Hi, I'm Noelle with today's Brew, where top producing real estate agents and coaches share their tips and tricks on taking more listings, making more money, and having fun doing it. On today's episode, we welcome industry expert Jackie Kravitz. Hi, Jackie. How are you?
Hey, Noelle. How are you? Thanks for having me again.
I know. I'm glad to have you back. So let's kind of break down the NAR settlement. That's kind of why we wanted to have you on today, and to see how listing agents can continue their presentation and communicating this to their sellers. Walk us through a presentation on how they are going to explain to their clients the new.
So Noelle, as you may know, I coach real estate agents. I've been doing it for a long time. And I teach them to prospect, lead generate, cold call, whatever you want to call it, looking for people that want to sell real estate, which is the reason why they would use Espresso Agent, right? The best system out there that gives them all that great data. And some of my clients are already, even though what are we now? April sometime, right? The changes that are going to happen as a result of this NAR settlement are set to happen mid-July of 2024. And a lot of my clients are already getting objections over the phone from sellers saying, specifically one that we discussed last week was, on the phone with an expired listing that says, I'm not going to relist right now. I'm going to wait until mid-July so I don't have to pay a buyer's agent commission. And this is really interesting to me, this objection, and agents are going to hear more and more of that type of stuff when they're making their calls, because there are, I find it fascinating as a listing focused coach and agent that there were anybody out there that didn't know that commissions were negotiable. That I know NAR keeps saying commissions have always been negotiable, and as a listing agent, I would say over the phone, because I listed FSBOs and expireds about 150 a year for many years in the early 2000s when I was selling real estate. I would say FSBOs and expireds, especially FSBOs, even more, but I would say at least 50% of them over the phone would ask me, what is your commission? Somebody else said they would do it for less. I'm talking to a flat fee company. I mean, I'm so used to that to me, to have somebody like not know that you could actually negotiate commissions is kind of weird, but okay, I get it. I'm in real estate and people sell their houses maybe, every who knows how many years. But the point is, so this expired listing didn't know that they could even negotiate the buyer's agent commission or not pay it, or the listing agent commission. So how I am recommending my clients to handle this type of objection. If you get that objection right now, I want to wait until July so I don't have to pay a buyer's agent commission. Over the phone, any objection, the first step is to always repeat and approve. So Noelle, I hear you. I completely understand. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming that you want to wait till July to not have to pay a buyer's agent commission as a result of all the news that you've been hearing about the National Association of Realtors settlement and the fact that some structure and commission is going to change. And so you're thinking, why not? Let me just wait a few months and I'll be able to save thousands of dollars, right?
Correct, Jackie.
Yeah.
I want to get as much money as possible.
Absolutely. And by the way, I was just going to say that it's not so much about how much commission you pay. It's really about what you end up with. And from your perspective, you're thinking, well, the less commission I pay, the more I end up with. And that's the ultimate goal, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking, Noelle. I completely understand where you're coming from. And I don't know if you're aware of this, probably not, but not paying a buyer's agent commission or negotiating the commission, in essence, has always been an option. And it is an option for you right now. You don't have to wait until July to do that. So, and maybe, maybe you weren't aware of that. So, and that's why I brought it up. So what I like to do, if that's the only reason why you're thinking you would want to wait, I want to assure you, Noelle, that not paying the buyer's agent side of the commission is an option. My commission is also negotiable. And what I like to do is meet with you for just 20 minutes, show you exactly what I would do to get your property sold for the absolute highest price in today's market. We'll also discuss the commission. And then at the end of our meeting, you decide what's best for yourself. So would you be available for 20 minutes around 3 o'clock today, or would 4 be better?
I think I can do that, Jackie. That sounds good. Let's talk about it some more.
Okay, great. So would 3 o'clock work for you today? Would 4 be better?
3 o'clock's perfect.
Okay, great. So that's how you overcome that objection right now, right? Well, right now and later too, because let's say it's July, August, September, and sellers are saying, not I'm gonna wait, but they say over the phone, because it's already, these changes have already been implemented, they're already in effect, and they just say, well, I'll meet with you. I just want to make sure I don't have to pay any buyer's agent commission. How would you handle it? The same way.
The same way. And then to touch a little deeper into that, we are still in a market where you're getting multiple offers on a home. So how would you explain to your client, let's say you're the listing agent and you get 2 offers. One of them is not asking for any buyer agent compensation, but they want closing costs. And they're asking the listing price, but then maybe you have another offer that wants buyer agency compensation and they're asking no closing costs, and maybe they're offering a little more money. How do you explain that to your client? Because maybe they still just see the underlying issue of buyer agency compensation.
Exactly. So we don't want to, and I've always taught my clients this, don't handle objections over the phone. So what the quick role play that I did, I was going through the script over the phone. Notice that I didn't get into any detail about how is this going to happen. My goal is to set the appointment. So now when I'm at the appointment face to face with you, and now we're talking about commission, how would I handle this? And I'll answer your question as well. At the listing appointment, listing agents the listing agreement will have the listing agent's commission only, not the buyer's agent commission. And what they should say to the seller, well, I want to make sure I'm not paying a buyer's agent commission, Mr. Seller. I understand. I know you mentioned that to me over the phone. And ultimately, the reason why you don't want to pay a buyer's agent commission, and I understand you also mentioned to me that the buyer's agent's representing the buyer and their client should be paying them. I don't need, some sellers would be saying that. So, and I understand where you're coming from. And at the same time, Mr. Seller, I'd like to ask you this question. What is more important to you? Is it to not pay a buyer's agent commission, or is it for you to walk away from the closing table with the most money possible?
Well, of course, I want to make the most money possible, Jackie.
Exactly. Absolutely. And I want to reassure you that my goal in working with you is exactly that same goal that you have, which is sell your home for the most money possible and negotiate the best possible terms that will allow you to walk away with the closing table with the highest net. That is what this is all about, isn't it, for you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Exactly. So I want to present this scenario to you, Noelle. Let's say your home is on the market and we receive 2 offers on your home. And one of those offers, the buyer's agent or the contract presented to us, there is no type of compensation being asked for the buyer's agent. You would be happy with that because you don't want to pay a buyer's agent commission, right?
Of course. Very happy.
Absolutely. Now, here's another scenario. You have 2 offers. The second offer is asking you to pay $6,000 towards the buyer's agent commission. And that offer, the actual price that is being offered for your home would net you an additional $10,000 as compared to the first offer. Which one would you take?
No brainer. I'm taking the one that's going to put more money in my pocket.
Exactly. The latter. Absolutely. And so this is how I want you to think about this. The buyer's agent commission, you're not committing to any amount of buyer's agent commission right now. And at the same time, we will negotiate that when an offer comes in, with the goal of obviously having you net the most money possible. And that's what you want, isn't it?
Yes, that is great news.
Okay, great. Right. Then let's go ahead and get the paperwork signed so we can get this on.
Yeah. Where do I sign? So what I'm basically hearing from you is business as usual for listing agents to continue what they're doing, continue to negotiate their compensation and just show up and do your job every day.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, right now there's really nothing else to do. What are you going to like? I don't even, I don't get wrapped up in, obviously I'm well aware of this NAR settlement and all the details of it. I'm a real estate coach. I'm a real estate expert, and you want to know what's going on. Obviously you want to be educated, but to be like getting into the drama and all the craziness, there's so many people out there saying all kinds of things. You're just getting distracted. In the meantime, there are sellers listing their house in your market every day, and you're wasting time getting wrapped up in drama. So keep doing what you're doing, right? And I believe for both, by the way, I focus on listings. I teach my clients to focus on listings, and we need great buyer's agents. I love buyer's agents. We're all working together on this. So it's not about we're not going to negotiate the buyer's agent commission. No, I believe that both listing agents and buyer's agents, when they bring value to their clients, whether it's the seller, the buyer, whoever is involved, they're going to get paid. As a listing agent, listing agents, as you know, they've been negotiating commission like forever. And how do you right. I mean, it's like, this is nothing new. So how does a listing agent justify charging 3.5? I've coached a lot of clients that take their listing side of the commission is 3.5% when there are agents in the same market offering a 2% commission to that seller. How does somebody get a 3 or 3.5? So it's the value you bring, and not just the value you bring, because you may know you bring a lot of value, but it's what your client perceives that you're going to do for them. It's the same with buyers agents. It's just that historically, buyers agents have not had to negotiate their commission. And now they're going to have to
articulate what they're going to do for their clients.
Exactly. And in that process, it's going to be about the buyer seeing, in the buyer representation agreements that are going to have to be signed before showing homes to buyers. The buyer's agent will have to justify their commission to the buyer, explain the value. What are they going to get in return for that commission? Now, who's going to pay that commission? The buyer can pay what the seller's not willing to pay. It's negotiable. Yep. It's just a little bit of a different game, mostly for buyers agents. And I know the great ones are going to rise to the top, as they always do. So instead of freaking out and I don't know what I'm going to do, focus on improving your skills, getting better at what you do, providing more value to your clients. That's all there's ever been to do. And everybody will win.
Skills.
The best
they
ones
will, as everybody knows.
100%.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Jackie, so much for coming on and just highlighting a few things, and just mostly the importance of showing up and doing your job every day. And like we've always said, commission's always been negotiable. So that's not changing. And there's been plenty of times I've gotten on my MLS and seen that I'm being offered 2% versus 3% as the selling agent. So things aren't really changing. Like you said, we just have to communicate and articulate to our clients and to each other.
That's exactly right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Noelle. Great seeing you again.
You too.